Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Knowledge Sharing. Before we continue, like us to like and follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comments, and share our video for more interesting topics. Today we are looking at this question. It says solve for the equation by factorization, and this is a quadratic equation, and we want to use a method of factorization to solve for the value of x. So we have 2x to the power of 2 plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. So we have here solution, divide our board into 2. So we are given this. Let's recall that quadratic equation is always in the form ax raised to the power of 2 plus bx plus c equals to 0. Anywhere you see this is a quadratic equation, because the power of x, the highest power of x will be raised to the power of 2, and this one will be 1, and here it always has a constant. So we have this. Let's take a quick example. We have example when we have x raised to the power of 2 plus x minus 2 equals to 0. For us to find this, the value of x in this form, first of all, we need to know what the product, what we call product, what it is, one. Then the next one is to know the sum, and the next one is to know the factors. So these are the 3 points that we need to figure it out before we'll be able to seek the solution of x. Product always be constant times the coefficient of the x squared, which is, this case we have minus 2 times the coefficient of x squared here is 1. Minus 2 times 1 will give us minus 2. So the product here is minus 2. So for the sum, means that what are we going to add for us to have the coefficient of x, which is 1? So the sum of this is equals to 1. Then for the factor means that when we multiply the constant and the coefficient of x squared, what are the two factors? When we sum, will give us 1. So the two factors of minus 2 is minus 1 and 2. That means when we sum minus 1 and 2, it will give us 1. So this is what the 3 points that we are going to note for us to find the value of x in this equation. So for here, with this will become, for us to replace this coefficient of x here, we need to put the factors, which is this one. So it will become x squared. Here will become minus x, because minus 1 is minus x, plus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. We have minus 2 here. That is the product. And here, when we sum the two factors, will give us 1, which is x. That is 1x, which is x. So here, we'll group it into 2 parentheses. We have x raised to the power of 2 minus x plus 2x minus 2. So we'll group this. So the next thing is for us to find a factor that will go into this and this. So that will be x into here x. Then x will go into this one, will become minus 1. So here, the two factors that will go into this and this is 2. So we write plus 2 into, here it will be x, because 2 times x is 2x. Then what are we going to multiply for us to have minus 2? That is minus 1 equals to 0. If you check, what you have in the first parenthesis must be similar to what you have in the second parenthesis. If you don't have that, that means your answer is not correct. So now we have this. We have to take one of the parentheses, and we take x plus 2. So we have x plus 2. Then we take one of the parentheses, x minus 1 equals to 0. So in this case, this is what we have now. So this one is either the first parenthesis equals to 0 or the second parenthesis equals to 0. Therefore, this is the same thing as x plus 2 equals to 0, or x minus 1 equals to 0. In this case, these two can be transposed into this other side. We have x equals to minus 2, or x equals to 1. Because minus 1 will transpose into this other side, become plus 1. So these are the value of x that satisfy this equation. So we are going to use the same method here for us to solve for the equation that we were given. So we need to clean this. So we have this from our equation here. We are given 2x raised to the power of 2 plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. As we were talking about the product, so the product is going to be 2 times minus 3, which is equals to minus 6. So that is the product. Then the second one is going to be the sum. The sum is 5. 5x equals to the sum. Then the next one is the factor. Then the factor is going to be, what are we going to do for us to have this 5x through the minus 6? So it's going to be 6 and minus 1. That is the factors. So this is the two factors. If you multiply 6 and minus 1, it gives you minus 6. And if you add 6 plus minus 1, will give you 5. So in that case, we are going to replace 6 minus 1x into here. But in this place, minus 1x is the same thing as minus 1x is the same thing as minus x. So minus 1x is the same thing as minus x. So we are going to replace 6x and minus x in the place of 5x. So that will become 2x raised to the power of 2 plus 6x, then minus 1x. So in this case, it's going to be minus x minus 3 equals to 0. So here we have to group it into two parentheses. So this will become 2x raised to the power of 2 plus 6x. This is the first parenthesis. Then minus x minus 3, the second parenthesis, equals to 0. So as we group this, we need to factor it out because we are using factorization method. So to factor this out, we will have 2x is the factor of this. So 2x will go into here, we have x. And 2x will go into here, we have plus 3. If I expand this out, we have 2x times x will give you 2x squared. Then 2x times 3 will give you 6x. So this one, the next factor is going to be minus 1. Then minus 1 times x will give you minus x, or minus x divided by minus 1 will give you x. Then minus 3 divided by minus 1 will give you plus 3. So this is equals to 0. So you can see that the first parenthesis and the second parenthesis, they are similar. They must be similar. If they are not similar, then that means your answer is not correct. So in this case, we take the first one and take this one and this. So it's going to be 2x minus 1. Then we cancel 1 and take 1. Then x plus 3 equals to 0. So we have two parentheses now. It is either the first parenthesis equals to 0 or the second parenthesis equals to 0. In this case, we set 2x minus 1 equals to 0, or x plus 3 equals to 0. So in this case, we take the first one. This one, minus 1 will be transposed into this other side. Or we can always say we add 1 to both sides. So we have 2x minus 1 plus 1 equals to 0 plus 1. So in this case, this one will cancel here and we have 2x equals to 1. So we have that. So we have 2x equals to 1. So we can divide all through by 2. So here divided by 2 and here divided by 2. 2 will cancel here 1, 2 will cancel here 1. Therefore, x equals to 1 all over 2. That is for the first one. Then the second one, we have x plus 3 equals to 0. We can add, this can be transposed into this other side, or we can subtract 3 from both sides. This will become x plus 3 minus 3 equals to 0 minus 3. This one will cancel here and this one will cancel here. We have x equals to 0 minus 3 is minus 3. So the value of our x equals to 1 all over 2 or minus 3. So these are the value of x for this equation through factorization. If you like what we are doing here, follow us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, and share a video for more interesting topics. Thank you.